Newcastle United so close to glory. Van Dijk's header, Joelinton's header, Wilson's ball. It's Newcastle United's day. Finally, this is the one. Newcastle United win at Wembley. Eddie Howe's heroes celebrate. They have done it. Unbelievable. Dan Burn with the goal of every Geordie's dreams in the first half, and Alexander Isak in the second. The League Cup is coming to Tyneside, and the weight of 56 years and 70 domestically, well, wait no more, because the time is now. Newcastle United have won something, and this is what it feels like. Treasure, cherish these moments. We've not had them before. They have won at Wembley. Geordie dreams have come true. Newcastle United are League Cup winners.
Deservedly so as well. They've been absolutely brilliant. Mind you, it wouldn't be Newcastle if they didn't make it edgy for you right at the death. But look, they deserved the win. They should have won it by more. Had clear-cut chances that we didn't take. Could have been a lot better, but to be here and see this black and white, it's some spectacle, to be fair. And as I say, it's a long, long time to wait for a bit of silverware, and I feel more pleased for the older supporters, because I'm sure the younger supporters will see an awful lot more of this. But there's an awful lot of older supporters who thought they may never see a day like this, an occasion like this, and it's been absolutely brilliant. They were absolutely magnificent from start to finish,
and historic
to a man.
Yeah,
but the two fullbacks were absolutely outstanding. They were brilliant.
An historic win at Wembley. Those black and white scarves are out again as the players celebrate together in a circle on the far side. Bruno Guimaraes, tears in his eyes, is going to be going up the steps and receiving the League Cup trophy. Oh my goodness. Steve Howe, you played in some of the greatest Newcastle United teams. You got so close. Brilliant players, brilliant managers, couldn't get there. Eddie Howe, the first English manager to win a trophy, a major trophy since Harry Redknapp in 2008 with Portsmouth in the FA Cup. And these players have written their names into the history books, and I'm sure you want to congratulate them.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird, because I'm actually sitting here when the full-time whistle went. I've got tears in my eyes. I'm wiping them away. No, I just didn't. You know, I just think of having all that time without winning anything, and being part of that group that was very good, but never won anything. Just to see the fans and to see the players at that final whistle after so many times of not quite getting there is absolutely brilliant. I'm so pleased for the fans. I'm so pleased for the players. I'm so pleased for the manager. You know, these lads have battled away, and yes, I had the disappointment 2 years ago against Manchester United, but you know, against all the odds, against Liverpool, they've won it, and to be fair, it's not a fluke. They were the better team by far, and I'm absolutely made up for them. I mean, I was looking at one or two of them, and they just fell to the knees and were kind of just in tears themselves, which, oh wow. I mean, normally you come away from here and it's awful, but yeah, it's a bit weird because it's actually not awful.
Here they come. Bruno and Joelinton embrace behind the goal. I mean, they could have won by more, and then Liverpool made them sweat at the end, but it didn't matter. 2-1 the final score. Here come the players around the pitch, and they deserve every bit of acclaim and love that they get from an adoring crowd. And Newcastle United with 32,000 or so, and an infinite number who would love to be here as well. I know that will be you. Thanks for listening to it on BBC Radio Newcastle and BBC Sounds and the Newcastle United website and app. Stay with us, because we are here for the lap of honour, the trophy celebrations, the medals, everything, post-match interviews with Newcastle United League Cup winners. Their 17th trip to Wembley is a successful one. Even when they played Spurs here in the Premier League, they couldn't manage a goal in 2 visits. Well, they managed 2 today, should have had more. And you know, they'd lost 9 in a row, with the exception, Ando, of the 1988 Football League Centenary tournament that you played in, when they beat Liverpool on penalties after a 0-0 draw. But that 9 in a row defeats at Wembley, the longest losing run by any football club side in Wembley Stadium history, old and new. Well, current Wembley, because it's been open about 20 years.
Oh,
and that has ended today. They have won.
Look, it's really so difficult to put into words what all this means, to be quite honest. You know, there's 32,000 Newcastle supporters in here who dreamt of this day, you know, and you have to start somewhere. You know, Manchester City started with the League Cup, and you just hope that this is the first of many. I mean, as you said, it was thoroughly deserved. They were absolutely magnificent to a man. They outworked, they outplayed, they outdid everything to Liverpool. It's just a privilege to be here to see it. I think getting out of here is going to be a real problem. I know Pridey was on about doing the show tomorrow night, but I don't know whether we're going to be back in time or not.
I don't think anybody wants to go home. Well, apart from the Liverpool fans, there are some who have stayed. Their players dejected. They're not used to losing, really. They are a club that wins. They're going to win the Premier League, but they have not won the League Cup. Big Dan Burn gives it big towards the Newcastle fans. Players stepping forward to have a moment. This is what they've been working towards. They've come back from the pain, the bitter disappointment of 2 years ago, when we all felt, even objectively, they had a great chance of winning. Today, Steve Howie, the performance very different, and you might want to critique the way Liverpool were. Salah wasn't in the game, but let's look at it from Newcastle. Without 3 starting players who would have been in the team if they were available. Ando mentioned Trippier and Livramento, but so many others gave big performances, and collectively they produced a winning display between them.
I mean, everybody had to be on the game, and they were. And yes, you can say Salah never produced, or that one never produced. That's because they nullified them. That's because the likes of Livramentos and other players in the team did that job. Newcastle went 1-0 up at half-time, and it wasn't like, well, it was a really tight game, and Newcastle were a little bit fortunate. Newcastle deserved to be in the league at half-time. They were the better team. Yes, granted, they didn't create anything clear-cut, but they were the better team by far. Liverpool were poor, and we sort of said at half-time the manager, Slot, will be having a right pop at them, and they did come out a little bit better, but Newcastle kind of weathered that a little bit. Defensively, they were nice and strong, and I thought they were absolutely excellent today. And I think we could look at the goal, and was there a handball leading up to the goal? But it made it a little bit nervy. I could have done without that. But well,
Liverpool can have no complaints whatsoever. They've been beaten by a far superior side in the day. Look, Liverpool are going to win the league, there's no doubt about that. But they came up way short today, because they came up against a side that wanted it more. They came up against individuals who wanted it more. Liverpool may say that they had to play extra time and everything else during the week, and that's taken it out of them, but you cannot take anything away from those players that went out in black and white today. They were, every single one of them were stood up, looked their opponent in the eye and said, "You're not getting the better of me today," and that's exactly what happened. They were absolutely sublime. They were brilliant.
BBC Radio Newcastle and the BBC Sounds app at Wembley. where Newcastle United have won the League Cup. Liverpool's players are on their way up to collect their runners-up medals. The staircase up towards the Royal Box for presentations is, I think, about 20 to 30 yards from where we are. Simon Pride is somewhere. I don't know if he's ready. He's gone pitch side. There you are. I lost sight of you.
I don't know if you can hear me. Should I chat to a few fans?
Friday, we can hear you.
Okay, I'll get in the mix now because you're live on BBC Radio Newcastle. You're the first fans I've spoken to. What are your names?
Sam.
Lily.
How are you feeling right now?
Great. Absolutely great.
What did you make of that?
I mean, we've been supporting Newcastle for like 20 plus years, and this was just an amazing match. We haven't seen them win this cup in ever.
Best match ever!
70 years. 70 years. We've finally done it. I'm almost 70, not there, but I can't believe I've lived to see Newcastle win a cup again. Absolutely fucking excited.
No, hey, sorry about that, because we can't use language like that, and I must apologise. Always a bit of a risk in the excitement of the moment. If anybody was offended by that, don't laugh, Tom Anderson.
What do you expect?
I'm going to speak to a few more people. You're live on BBC Radio Newcastle. Please don't swear like the last fella did. What's your name?
Gordon Rayner.
What did you make of that? How are you feeling right now?
Pretty shaky. I'm nearly 55, so I was born just after the last time we won anything. So I've waited my entire life for this, and it's going to take a long time to sink in, to be honest.
When did you believe that it was going to happen? When did you realise, actually, this is our time?
Pretty much when he blew the final whistle, to be honest. When we went 2-1, when we conceded, I was, there was a lot of nerves. I thought, please don't let us do this again. But I don't know, I felt like 2-0, I felt we were comfortable. Then we just sort of let it slip a little bit, but they were all amazing. I think they just wanted it more.
Enjoy yourself this evening.
Thank you.
Sure that you will. I'm just waiting. I don't want to miss the trophy lift raiser. I'm just watching the players now. They're still down there shaking hands with some of the Liverpool players now. As soon as they start to make their way up towards the... and they're doing that now. So I'll hand back to you, Razor. This is going to be a very, very special moment.
A moment we've all been waiting for, some of us longer than others. You may not have seen Newcastle win anything, any trophies in your lifetime. Well, now you have, and here they go, up the steps at Wembley.
I think, in all fairness, Razor, I think every neutral that were watching that game would have been happy for Newcastle.
Well, every neutral person here,
unless you're a Sunderland fan,
yeah.
But
I was going to say, yeah. I know a few thousand that wouldn't be.
Yeah. But as well, I think a lot of people will be also saying, thank goodness for that. Now they can shut up because it's been that 70 years old.
Yeah, trophy virgins no longer.
Absolutely
that was always
not.
The jibe.
And a thoroughly deserved winning trophy as well. Thoroughly deserved.
And they met in this FA Cup final in 74. Liverpool won 3-0, and over the years they've been the authors of so much of Newcastle's pain and misery. The 4-3s. And now at Wembley, Newcastle United. There's no better place, no better time to record a victory over Liverpool for the first time in almost a decade. 2-1. Newcastle United have won the League Cup, the Carabao Cup.
Do you know what, Reid, as well, sorry? When they're presenting the trophy and you look to the right and there's Newcastle fans in,
they're all here.
Normally they've gone.
Yeah.
It
makes a pleasant change to see, doesn't it?
It's lovely to see.
Yeah. They've put on new black and white tops that have winners 25 in gold lettering and numbers. Dan Burn hugging someone in the crowd on the way up. There's Nick Pope. Big day for him after the disappointment of the last final that he couldn't play in. And there's Eddie Howe on his way. The man who's done so much for Newcastle United. Never mind the money they've spent, and yes, they spent big in the early days after the takeover. But this is a side with the old and the new. The likes of Cher, Joelinton, Murphy, who started at the club pre-takeover. And then some of the big names that have come in since. And two of the scorers, Big Dan Burn and Alexander Isak, in the new era at Newcastle United. Dan Burn has the medal, the winner's medal, placed around his neck. And there he is, Dan Burn receiving the Man of the Match award.
Rightly so. He was magnificent. I mean, all of them were, but he was the standout, and I think for the goal as well.
It's been a great week for him, hasn't it? It's been an absolutely magical week for him. Getting called into an England squad, scoring a goal in a League Cup final, and what a goal it was as well. It was an unbelievable header. Absolutely brilliant.
A hug from Chairman Yasser Al-Rumayyan and the Governor of Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. Co-owner and director Jamie Rubin is there as well with the players. Bruno Guimaraes standing next to Nick Pope and Kieran Trippier. How great was Trippier's performance today? Some of the squad players like John Ruddy up there getting medals. Eddie Howe joins his players in a line, and very shortly Bruno Guimaraes will be presented with the League Cup trophy for 2025. He's going to share the duties with Kieran Trippier. Newcastle United. Wembley is a place for winners, and today it's Newcastle United. They've waited so long, but this changes everything. And it's black and whites who celebrate as Bruno kisses the trophy and then gives it to Big Dan Burn, who lifts it into the air. The man of the match, the scorer of the first goal. So many great stories and great performances. Alexander Isak, a big cheer as he gets his moment with the League Cup. Joelinton kisses the trophy. Black and white ribbons. It's been a long time since we've seen black and white ribbons on a piece of silverware. Here's Eddie Howe. A huge cheer for the manager as the trophy is passed along the line. Jason Tyndall, his assistant, as well. These are the moments that they will remember forever after the performance of a lifetime from Newcastle United. And now, John Anderson, they really can celebrate.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a fly in the wall at that celebration party. I mean, and fair play, to deserve it all, you know, to do what they've done. You know, the performances this season have been up and down. We said at the top of the programme that it's been consistently inconsistent, but today was a consistent one. You know, they got back to what they're all about: the energy levels, the work rate, the closing down. It had everything. It was a magnificent performance. They deserve all the credit that they're going to get, and rightly so. I mean, and you see this 30-odd thousand that are still in here. I would imagine there's an awful lot of them going back to Newcastle tonight. I imagine there's probably an awful lot of them going back tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, they drank a certain pub dry here yesterday.
Yeah.
I hope he's got plenty more drinking tonight, or he's going to be drank dry again.
The trains are dry trains.
Dry trains, yeah. Yeah, the Liverpool ones were.
Oh, yeah, well, they need to drown their sorrows, don't they?
Yeah, that's true.
How nice is it, Steve Howard, just to be on the right end at Wembley? Just this feeling, because I think there's a lot of fans here. Obviously, they're in the moment, but when you talk to them beforehand, they didn't know what they would do, how they would feel if they won. Well, now you're in that moment. You've got to savour it, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the players kind of come and go, and yes, you could be a supporter as a player, or certainly have that affinity with the club because you've played with it. But the one that I'm more pleased for is every one of the fans, because you know they've gone through so many highs and lows, and yes, the highs are the lows, because as well have been so close of getting to, you know, these positions where you could win the league or you could win the cup, and it's just disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, whilst the ride has been good. So to finally get that win is absolutely superb for them.
Simon Pride is pitch side at Wembley in the Newcastle United section. He's got about 32,000 fans to choose from, and he's going to speak to some more of those right now, live on BBC Radio Newcastle.
Yeah, I'll see who I can find that fancies a chat and hopefully won't swear. I'm going to try and get as near to the players as I can. You never know, I might be able to chat to one. Let's have a chat to these guys here. You're live on BBC Radio Newcastle. What's your name?
Graham.
Graham, how are you feeling right now, Graham?
Unbelievable. I just can't believe it. I can't describe the feelings. Just been so long with me dad. Unbelievable.
I can see you've got a tear in your eye.
Oh, honestly, I thought I'd never say the day. We've been in so many cup finals, we've lost. And I just can't believe it. We've lifted the cup for the first time. Unbelievable.
Those last few minutes, especially when Liverpool scored, what was going through your mind?
Do you know what it is? It was the extra time, 8 minutes. I was just like, oh, we're going to get cheated again. It's just the VAR's involved, the ref, the linesmen, everything. We're always against the big clubs, and it always feels like an injustice, but we've done it this time. We've lifted it. We've done it. Unbelievable.
What are you going to do tonight?
You what, sorry?
What are you going to do tonight?
Oh, party! Straight into London. Party.
I'm going to have a word with your dad now. Graham's dad. Graham's dad, what's your name?
Derek.
What are you feeling right now?
Oh, I'm in awe. No. 69, I've seen the last one. The last cup, 69. Oh, look at it. Look.
And now finally it's happened again. What's your name, sir?
Josh.
Josh, how are you feeling right now?
I could fucking cry.
No swearing, sorry. Right, I'm going to move away from Josh. That's two now. Apologies again if anyone who's offended. I'm sure that you can imagine that emotions are running very, very high. Hello, sir. What's your name?
My name's Kudzi, I'm from Zimbabwe.
You're from Zimbabwe, and you've got a black and white scarf on.
I'm a massive Newcastle fan from the Faustino Asprilla time, and I've come here with my Mike Jacks, and we said, absolutely unbelievable! We were driving up from Blackburn, and we knew today was the day. It was going to happen today. No way, for 67 years. It's happening today.
Well, enjoy your night. Whatever you do tonight, enjoy.
Liverpool
yes.
always said Newcastle has never beaten them. And they said we drew at St. James's Park.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago they beat us.
Yeah.
And they said they didn't even go in second gear.
It's
Where was the gear today?
Enjoy it. Thank you very much. Of course I would meet a Zimbabwean Newcastle fan who's come from Blackburn today. Why wouldn't I? I'm going to wander down now, and if the signal goes, I do apologise, but I want to get a bit nearer to the pitch, so hopefully you can still hear me. Here come the players onto the pitch. They're going to be doing the old champagne. The champagne corks are popping. The trophy is held aloft. The fireworks have started. This is still a full part of the stadium. Barely anyone has left, as you would imagine. I'll hand back to you for now, Razor, because you can see what's going on the pitch probably a little bit better than I can now.
Thank you very much, Simon Pride. And gold and green, what is that, ticker tape foil is being shot up into the air.
Gold and green, the right colour at this time of year, may I say, as well, by the way, with what tomorrow is.
Yeah, that good weekend for you. Right?
It's going to be a very good weekend, Razor,
Yes.
let me tell you. If I don't appear tomorrow night, you know where I am.
Yeah, the Newcastle players next to the branding boards from the English Football League, EFL, Carabao Cup Final 2025 winners, it says. And the players now emerge from the team photo and the celebrations with hundreds of photographers about 15 to 20 yards away getting the best view. Bruno's got another bottle of champagne. It's expensive stuff, and he's just tossing it everywhere, all over his hair.
No, it's that cheap, what do you call it? Pomade.
Bucks Fizz.
Yeah, pomade or something like that. It's just like
They
fizzy
give them
water.
that cheap stuff to spill.
The pyrotechnics display has finished, and now it's really up to the players. They'll get pictures, they'll enjoy these moments with Eddie Howe and with staff. Eddie Howe is giving the thumbs up and waving to someone in the corner in the crowd. They're going to do another team picture in front of the League Cup final branding
When's the last
boards.
time we've seen one of these, Razor, on the pitch?
What do you mean?
When's the last time we've seen a team picture taken on the pitch?
You feel sorry for them fans over there.
Yeah, exactly.
They can't
Well,
see.
to
Not
be
only is it
fair, the
far
fans
away.
on the far side got the celebration at full time. Now on this side, they've got the trophy.
Yeah, but it's on the scoreboard, I suppose.
Yeah, the last time Newcastle took the winning photo on the pitch, who did they play? I can't remember. Okay, they caused a bit of a... There was a furore around
Bit of a
that, wasn't
store.
there?
Will there be a store about this one?
Simon Pride, I imagine, is ready with more supporters.
I
And
certainly
hopefully
can be,
they will
yes.
keep their language
I
clean
hope-
and appropriate
well,
for live
we'll do our
radio.
best. Hello there, what's your name, sir?
Darren.
Darren. How are you doing, Darren? How are you feeling?
Oh man, I'm like, I'm in a world that nobody knows. That's just happened.
You're not the only one with tears, and you're going to cry.
Honestly, the tears were in my eyes. I never thought I'd see silverware at Newcastle in my lifetime.
What does it mean to you that you have?
Oh, it's just the next step, isn't it? When they announce the stadium next week, it's just the next step. It's amazing. It's just like, it's
Enjoy.
what everyone here deserves. Every single person who's travelled today deserves it.
Enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much, sir.
It'll probably go right into tomorrow morning, I would have thought. Thank you very much indeed. Let's have a chat to some more. I'm walking even nearer the pitch now. Wonder if I'll be able to speak to any of the players. I'm still a bit far away. Instead, let's have a word with this lady. You're live on BBC Radio Newcastle. What's your name?
Kelly,
Kelly, how are you feeling right now?
I don't think I've actually got any words for it, to be honest. I just can't believe after all these years we've actually won a trophy.
There it is. There's a trophy. Those lads are carrying it around the pitch. How proud are you?
Oh, I'm so proud. I can't tell you how proud. It's one of the best years of my life, this, and I'll never ever forget it.
What does it mean to not just the football club, but the people of Newcastle, the people of the city, the people who live outside of Newcastle who have been lifelong fans?
I don't think there's any words to describe what it actually means to the city and to the fans. It means everything in the world. It really does.
There's a massive inflatable football being battered around. Enjoy your evening, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm sure you will. I don't know where everyone's going to be congregating this evening. By the way, if you would like to give us a call, we will take some calls as well on 0800 234 6565. At some point, I'll get a chance to check the messages as well. 08000 321 333. Start your message with the letters BBC. I'm going to speak to a younger fan if I can. Excuse me, young sir. What is your name?
Harry,
You're live on BBC Radio Newcastle, Harry. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good, excited, and I'm proud that Newcastle won.
What were your emotions? That football's just hit me on the head. What were your emotions when that second goal went in?
Just amazing atmosphere. And well done here to the Newcastle lads. Excellent performance, every single one of them.
Enjoy your celebrations. Is this your dad here?
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Because, I mean, you have to explain to him this doesn't happen very often.
I just can't believe it. I mean, I'm 41. I've waited for this opportunity to be out with my son, who's 11. It's amazing, unbelievable.
Yeah, something that I guess probably since he was born you dreamt might happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, surreal.
Do you want me to pinch you?
Sorry?
Do you want me to pinch you? It is real.
I just can't believe it. Lots of words.
Thank you for talking to us. All right, I'm going to move a little bit further down, Ray. So I'll hand back to you for now, but come back to me anytime you like, because the players are starting to come around here now, and I'm getting nearer and nearer the pitch. You never know, I might be able to just try and force my way, Paul Dixon style, into where the action is.
Thank you very much, Simon Pride. It's BBC Radio Newcastle. Wembley celebrations in black and white as Newcastle United win the League Cup, beating Liverpool by 2-1. 2-0 up, comfortable. Late goal for Liverpool after a VAR check made it a bit nervy. And now Newcastle United, having overcome the late scare, have their moments in front of the fans, and 32,000 sing along to Sam Fender. And now the players just pass the trophy around and have photographs taken next to the goal. The fans behind the goal haven't really had a moment yet with the players in the celebrations, but they're on their way around the horseshoe at the west side of Wembley to our right. Alexander Isak and Dan Byrne have been doing some post-match interviews. The other end of Wembley is empty. There are a smattering of Liverpool fans still here gracious in defeat. Despite the disappointment, the club that's won the League Cup the most times has been beaten by a team up until today that had never won it. This is Newcastle's third final, third time lucky in this competition. And we're going to be with you here on BBC Radio Newcastle for a good while yet. Interviews with Eddie Howe and hopefully a few players to come. You can listen on BBC Sounds or ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Newcastle. And the phone lines are open, 0800 234 6565. Call us, 0800 234 6565. And if you want to send a WhatsApp message, 08000 321 333. That's 08000 321 333. Just put BBC at the start of your message. There's a black and white football, the one that hit Simon Pride on the head. Pride is tall, Dan Burns style, got a good connection on it, and it's being now passed across the Newcastle section. An inflatable black and white ball. And the players make their way around. Now Kieran Trippier towards this corner, and Eddie Howe about to do some of his many media duties. Everyone will want a word with the manager, the man who has led Newcastle United to glory. The major trophy from a position of relegation danger when he took over in November 2021. Safe with time and with matches to spare that season. Less than a year later, they were here and lost to Manchester United painfully. A few months after that, they were in the Champions League, and great nights against PSG and in Milan. And 2 years on from the last cup final disappointment, they have put it right. And not only have they put it right, Steve Howie, they've qualified for Europe. They're going to be in the Conference League minimum next season. Thursday night football. So European football returns. We hadn't actually talked about that yet. That is the competition the winners of the League Cup go into. They might still finish in the top 5 and get Champions League, but it's definitely European campaign next season. They're in the Conference League.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. I think, if I'm being honest, I never even thought of that. I just thought it was about winning the cup, and so that's a beautiful added bonus. So hopefully, I mean, they've got from now to the end of the season. Yes, there's a break. It's a pity there's a break, actually, because it would have been great to have that atmosphere back at St James's Park straight away. But having said that, I bet some of the lads is pleased that there is a break that's not involved in the internationals.